Oh, hello. Oh, welcome. I'm going to be playing Terraria while I up, and I don't have a microphone, so if it sounds strange, oh, deal with it, not my problem. Anyway, I had to put a mask on. Because I was having a breakdown. It was super chill and normal, but if you see me pulling my hair, it's because of that. Things are not cool, calm, collected, live, laugh, love right now. I was thinking about how, what if I'm a loser girl? What if I'm a loser girl and that's that? What if I'll never be able to work again? Because I've been thinking, what if I am a failure of society? I'm a failure in society for not being able to work, for not pushing myself hard enough to work. But I would need to push myself because it's not normal. Let me turn the volume down and then I'll keep talking. Anyway, what if I'm a loser girl for not pushing myself hard enough to work? But I can't push myself hard enough because I can't. In that, everybody knows that the world it's like messed up. You know that. You know that this is none of this is real. You know that this is all messed up. This is not how humans were supposed to live. This is not how it was supposed to be ever. And I know that knowing that things aren't supposed to be like this isn't going to change the fact that things are the way it is. I should find a way to freaking cope and just get on with it anyway. But I can't. Is the inability to find a way to cope regardless a moral failing? Is it? Well, yes. What do I mean by, like inability to freaking cope and find a way to cope? What I mean is, should I just make myself suffer anyway and just get a freaking job? But I know exactly all the ways I'm going to be miserable and suffer and be intolerable and unable to tolerate if I get a normie job. I know exactly what's gonna happen because it's happened before and it's been happening since I started working. Okay? These problems include I can't be on my feet. I can't be on my feet for hours on hours on hours and hours. And I know I've got some internalized ableism about this stuff, about my like walking ability, my moving ability, or lack thereof. And knowing that I have this internalized self-directed ableism doesn't make it freaking go away. So here I am just like, ha ha ha, you should be able to walk for hours on hours on hours, and I can't, but I should be able to. So actually you're a freaking loser for not being able to. You're a piece of waste of space. That. But I don't think this about anyone else because it's not a nice thing to think. I think this about myself because apparently all of the kindness standards I have for other people don't apply to me. What the hell? But I think that's the thing that everybody relates to. You know, yes, you're super loving and caring about other people, but the second it comes to giving yourself a bit of grace about anything, nope. I'm the only one who is not I'm the only one who doesn't deserve grace. I'm the only one who isn't allowed to suffer or feel pain or have needs. Damn, where did that come from? How do I get rid of that? I don't know. So I'm just like blah 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 blah, yeah. So that's one thing. Not able to freaking work because I mean, like physically I can't be on my feet all day. I need to be like sitting down. I can do like short bursts of energy and then like really freaking be on top of it, but I can't be going all the time. And not only that, there's you know, like employees never freaking properly explain what they want done. And then when I ask, it's a problem because I should just know and I shouldn't have to have it explained to me. But it's more like, for example, I used to work at Subway. I used to be a sandwich artist. Then I moved to this other freaking cafe and I was doing sandwich stuff for them as well. And the thing is, every single boss, every single person, human being, has a different level of toasted they want their freaking sandwiches. Okay? And I can toast your sandwich how you want it to be toasted, but just tell me how you want it to be toasted. Far out. My boss at Subway wanted it a certain way, or there were timers for everything, so I didn't have to think about it and have to worry the amount of how much it looked like toasted. I would just need to press the button and it'd be okay, right amount of toast. But if I'm doing the toasting myself, I'm putting in a freaking toasty press. How brown do you want it? Do you want it golden brown or do you want it well brown? Because I like my sandwiches almost burnt. I think that's the tastiest and the crispiest and the loveliest, but it's too brown, too burnt for some people. So if you don't want your sandwiches that brown, fucking tell me. Don't not tell me and then complain that I don't know how to make a sandwich. I know how to make a freaking sandwich. I don't know how you want it made your way. Like, hello, you're my employee, you're my manager. Tell me how you want your freaking sandwich so I can do it right. Oh my god. TLDR. This is not about the sandwich. This is not about the situation. It's about the principle. The principle being, if you want something done a certain way, tell me exactly how you want it done, and I can do it. I can do it if you tell me the exact parameters of success. Okay, but if you don't tell me that, then I'm gonna do it to my abilities, to the best of my abilities, and then you freaking complain about it, and then don't tell me. You complain about it, and then you don't tell me. What? Like, same place. I learned how to do like hospitality cleaning at the Subway place, and because of that, as hospitality, I knew how to clean well. I was just a little bit slow because I like to make sure it's done really well. I know that when glass is clean, I need to make sure at the end of my cleaning, it's like streak free. That's how I know the glass is clean. So when I'm doing this at my sandwich place, not Subway, but the sandwich place after, I'm cleaning the glass. I do it with a hot chucks, and then I spray it down with disinfectant and paper towel. Okay? That's how I know for sure that it's clean, because that's the most streak-free version. But then you're complaining about it being not clean. Okay, well, I'll do just the hot chucks. But then it doesn't dissolve all the grease. Okay, if I do just the window cleaner and the paper towel, it takes too long because now I have to fight against all the crumbs on the glass. What is this? I can do it the right way, and it'll be done really well. Like, I'm leaving this clean. I'm leaving it clean. But you don't want me to take this much time. Okay, I'll do it your way, and then it's not clean, and then you're complaining. Like, you. I literally did what you showed me. I'm getting too caught up in this. As you can see, I'm at a very specific place that I have not been able to let go of or get over or anything. But as I said, it's the principle. It's the principle of the situation. It's not about the glass, and it's not about the freaking sandwich toasting. It's about the fact that employers, from my experience at least, don't tell me how they want things done and then complain if it's not done well. Shit, but hospitality motherfuckers don't describe things properly, and they gotta complain about everything. Oh my lord, like you're paying me minimum wage and you're screaming at me. How about I punch you in the face? How about that? Far out. That's number 2. I cannot deal with employers who disrespect me by disrespect as in treat me less than a human. What else? Oh yes, there's that. Not able to get any accommodations. Obviously, why am I talking specifically about like hospitality? I've only got experience in hospitality. I can probably get experience in service, retail, if it wasn't for the employment crisis. Oh, that's another thing, innit? But I'm not going to get experience in retail or hospitality because I won't be hired. Do you know why I'm not going to be hired? because nobody's hiring. What do you like I know friends, I have friends who have been looking for jobs for a whole year, since last November, and they haven't been able to get a job. Why? It's not because they're not trying hard enough, it's because there's a freaking employment crisis. There's literally a job crisis. We know that. But apparently people who are older than us like to pretend that it's not a real thing, and that we're just not trying hard enough. It's not true. Shoot. So explain to me this. If people I know who have better resumes than me, like filled out resumes, buffed out, beautiful CVs, so on and so forth, they're not able to get a job after trying for over a year. And I'm supposed to? Me with my minimal freaking whatever? I'm supposed to? Yeah, I'm supposed to get a job when I've been by the books unemployed for 2 years. Okay, but then I have to lie about my resume. Okay, I lie and then I have to find 50,000 people to back up my lies. You know, I could do that. Okay, I can do that. I could do that. And then I'll still not get any callbacks. But I'm supposed to, this is normal. This is just how it goes, right? This is just how it is, how it will always be. So I'm supposed to be chill and normal and just accept it. Okay. Okay. Let me get back to it. How do I know for sure that I can't be working? Yes, employment crisis, number one. Well, not number one. Accessibility needs. I didn't even finish talking about that. Shoot. I feel like finding out I'm autistic has made me more autistic in that, I mean, for those of you who know about skill regression, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's like, oh, that's really, wow. I love how knowing my needs makes me need to give myself more grace for said needs. And if I don't give myself grace for said needs, then I'll explode. I'll explode. And then what? Yes. So those needs are not only my physical needs of like needing to freaking sit down for a goddamn moment, but it's also like, oh, bright lights, bright sounds. I know that I'm not gonna be able to do hospitality much anymore because it'll make me insane. But maybe it's actually, maybe I'm still not trying hard enough. Maybe I'm holding myself back by assuming that I won't be able to handle it, even though it's actually knowing I'll be able to handle it. Okay, so actually I should try harder. Okay. So what about this though? What if coming back to I'm just a loser girl. What if I am just a loser girl? Is this thing also. Everything I just mentioned, I need to pause this for a moment. Everything I just mentioned, and also because this is not the way that we were supposed to live in, you know, because this is simply not. Society, wrong. This is not how it was supposed to be. And is it like a failing? Is it a personal failing for me to be unable to participate in this thing that is so deeply inherently wrong? Is it a failing on my part? Is it? How do I get over that? Because knowing that this is not how things are supposed to be makes me like crazy. It makes me crazy because I'm just like, I'm just supposed to pretend that everything's normal and this is super fine and chill, and that's that. I know that if this wasn't the life that we were living, I wouldn't be feeling like this because it's this world that's making me crazy. And I'm not just like putting away the blame for the world and trying to not take responsibility. It's like, this is literally how it is. I know I'm not the only one who feels like this. I know I'm not the only one who's going insane at the state of the world and having to just pretend that this is fine. Pretend that, yes, I can manage, and just freaking shouldering through anyway. Like, this is not normal. This is not right. And what am I supposed to do about that? I'm not saying what am I supposed to do to help, but how am I supposed to cope with this? Therapy can only get you so far, because the point of therapy really is to help you cope with the world the way it is. And I can't cope because it's so wrong. Like I can pretend to cope. But the only way that will happen is if I just close my eyes and pretend that this isn't real. But this is real, but it shouldn't be, but it's real. This is not right. I feel like I feel like I'm going crazy. But I'm not crazy. Shoot, I'm not crazy. I'm just not able to freaking pretend that this is fine. I'm not able to. I'm like jealous. I'm genuinely jealous of the people who are able to just put their head down and power through, despite the grief, despite the rage, despite the hurting, despite the pain. But I can't do that. Oh my God, I can't do that. And instead I just sit in my bed going insane, feeling myself being crippled and being paralyzed by inability to do anything. But it was never supposed to be like this. I wasn't supposed to be like this. But I am, and what do I do about that? Where do I even go from here? I don't know. And even thinking about how, like, I'm in a better space now than I was before, in that, you know, I was able to, I'm right now not working. I've got a secret income, and I'm able to do art. And the problem is, if I want to make art my life, then I have to commodify it. I have to make it a thing that I sell. And I don't feel right about that. But that's the only way for me to freaking push through and power through and manage. Apparently, I just have to like, I hate this. Like, if I want to, if I want to survive, not being crippled by being a slave laborer, then I need to make my art, my passion, my job. And if I make it my job, then I need to market myself. I need to be in social media. I need to do this. I need to market myself. I need to market my art. And that's the only way to make it big. That's the only way. What the fuck? What the fuck? I know I'm not crazy because it's the world that is crazy. I know I'm not crazy because it's not a failing of mine to be unable to tolerate this. But I don't know what else to do. I don't know how to keep going if I can't make myself tolerate it. Oh my God. I don't know. I love being alive. I love life. I think it's some of the most beautiful thing. I think life is so beautiful. What an incredible thing that we get to experience and to witness, to breathe air and to see grass and to eat croissants in the sun and to go to the beach and to hike up a mountain, jeez, and to learn different languages, to meet new people, and to have a little cat sit on your chest. How beautiful is that? And yet anyway. I've never crashed out of my life. What the hell are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? I'm super chill and normal and cool. You don't need to worry about me. You don't even need to worry about me at all. Anyway. Anyway. That's what all has been on my mind. And that is making me crazy. A normal amount, of course. I would never go an abnormal amount of crazy in my life ever. I think something else related to all of this. There's more. How fun is that? Something else that is added to this, for sure, is the fact that all of my traumas and situations that make me insane and so on and so forth, individually, they're all like, I'm sure you'll survive, you know. That's how I'm feeling right now. I'm composed a bit better now. Is it that I'm averse to suffering? Maybe I am. Maybe it's my fault for not being able to tolerate change. But it's not change that I can't tolerate. I can manage. Change I've been through, I can tolerate that. It's the way that the world is right now. I can tolerate things if there's a reason for it. If it's something that has to be, you know, like breakups, friendship breakups. I can tolerate those because I know that they happen for a reason. They don't come out of nowhere. And even if they come out of nowhere, there will be a reason, just that I don't know. It makes sense for a friendship to end. That happens. Okay, that's fine. I can deal with that. Having to leave a job because I'm being sexually harassed. That's a change I can tolerate because there's a reason for it. There's a reason for it to have happened. And even when it comes to things like, you know, accepting that there are bad people in the world who just have no empathy and are cruel for no reason, I've accepted that because even though I don't understand it, I can understand that there is no understanding people who are like that. Other than that, they have no empathy. They don't care about the people. They're just in their own world. Okay, that makes sense. I can accept it, but I can't tolerate it. Does that make sense? I can understand why it is the way it is, but I can't just, like, it doesn't, I would just not have that in my life, you know? That makes better sense. When it comes to people who are not kind, not nice to other people, okay, I've accepted that as the way it is, but I will remove myself from the situation. The problem is I can't remove myself from capitalism unless I... And apparently that's like a weak option to take. Apparently that's a sign of moral failure of like lack of perseverance for doing that. But is it? Is it really? Or is it that people who've done it have just had enough? For fair reason. Shit. And I think as well about survivor bias. Like, is it really that things aren't that bad? Or is it that the people who have suffered so much and have gone so insane with it have just off themselves because they know that there's no changing things. There's no changing it. There's no changing it in our lifetime, and that's just it. Full stop. Full stop. So how about that? How about that? I think I actually just answered my own question. I'm not failing for not being able to tolerate this. It's that other people who have felt like this have taken that last step to be free. Taking that last step to be free, and I understand them, and maybe it would be better if I didn't understand them, but I do. And I really... It's not the easy way out. I hope people understand that. Ending your life is not the easy way out. The easy way out for everybody is for greed to not rule us. How about that? It's for everybody to be taken care of. It's for everybody to be housed, fed, and be able to do their passion. It's for humanity to be taken care of before robots. It's for humanity to be taken care of before stocks. It's for everybody to be able to have a house instead of a few people have 50,000 houses. That is the easy option. What we're doing right now is the hard thing. This is so hard. This is so hard. And it's not normal. This is not normal. This is not the way it was supposed to be. And I'm in therapy trying to get through this and trying to pretend that it's fine, that I can get through this, that, oh my god, I will just learn some relationship skills so that I can tolerate, okay, I'll just learn some relationship skills so that I can learn how to be calmer in relationships, in high intensity situations. Okay, I will just learn how to... Life is not pointless. Life is not pointless. I know that. I know that life is not pointless. But where are we now? This life is not the way it was supposed to be.